So I just went live on Facebook, and I had to do it twice because I forgot to turn my inverter on and my Starlink wasn't connected. And it was like, poor connection. There's 2 steps to getting internet in the van. Number 1, you plug it in. Number 2, you got to turn the inverter on. I'm learning. Oh, hi, Ellen. It's good to see you. Well, it's good to see your name. So I am currently in Phoenix, Arizona, hanging in the desert where my allergies are out of control. But I am going to go back to the city tomorrow to get my hair done. Ladies, you ever know like the day or 2 days before you get your hair done where you're just like, dude, I cannot do anything with it. It's been growing so fast. Like the cut kind of grows out and then I feel like it just, blah. All right, let's get into it. Because I want to talk to you today about what it really takes to heal and to lose weight. There is so much misinformation in the health and fitness industry. I'm in this industry and I know because I follow all of it. The whole eat less, move more, like that advice failed me miserably. And maybe you're in the same place. For years, I chased healing my symptoms, insomnia, exhaustion, brain fog, digestive issues, constipation, hormone imbalance. I didn't have a period for 10 years. And I thought it was because I was just an athlete and that's what happens when you're an athlete. Nope. Body was way too stressed out. Suffering between anxiety. 1 minute I'm so anxious, I don't know, I can't do anything, I'm overwhelmed. And then I'm so depressed that I can't get out of bed. For 10 years, I did everything you're supposed to do for your physical body. Everything with diet and exercise. I took all the supplements. I was a supplement queen. I did all the protocols. I hired functional medicine doctors, Chinese medicine doctors, acupuncturists. I mean, literally, I tried it all. I did the cold plunging. I did just everything. And I found myself just getting worse or just coming right back to where I was when I started. And with every failed diet or protocol, the negative self-talk would get worse and worse. The guilt and the shame, the feelings of helplessness and hopelessness that I was ever going to feel better. I lost like who I was. I remember thinking like, I just don't feel like me anymore. And this was like in my 30s, my early 30s. And I just chalked it up to this is what happens when you get old. Gosh, I was not old in my early 30s. But that's how I felt. And I thought this just must be what it feels like to get older. But it doesn't, because I'm here at 45, feeling the best, the most happy I've ever been. So it is possible. Coming from a place where I can't tell you how many nights I cried myself to sleep, wondering why this was happening to me. Why nothing I was doing was working. Why my body was so broken. And who out there could help me. Like, who could I finally find that was going to give me the answer to heal me, to fix me? I was a coach, right? I lived a healthy lifestyle. I worked out. I ate healthy. But this just added to the feelings of shame that I had because I couldn't fix myself. How could I tell other people what to do if I couldn't lose weight? Even though I was doing the diet, I was doing the exercise. I know what it's like to hate your body. I know what it's like to look in the mirror every day and be disgusted. I know what it's like to wonder when and if you're ever going to feel better. Are you ever going to have energy again? Are you ever not going to be in pain? Can you ever like just do the workout that you want? For years, I couldn't do CrossFit anymore because my body couldn't recover from it. It hurt me so much. I just wanted to feel like myself. I wanted to not feel like I was broken. And I hired so many different doctors to help fix me, only to always end up right back in the beginning. And so I would give up. I would just feel completely hopeless and helpless until things would just get so bad again that I had to try. I would run across a different protocol, doctor, diet that I would, give another shot. Guys, it wasn't until I started addressing my mental and my emotional body that things changed for me. Your nervous system is what connects your mind and your body. And when your nervous system loses its ability to move between fight or flight, rest and digest, this is what we call dysregulation. Your nervous system is dysregulated. It's not broken, it's just stuck on. It's stuck in fight or flight all of the time. It can no longer come into rest and digest, where your hormones are happy, where you're able to lose weight, where you're able to heal, where your digestion works, where you're absorbing the nutrients from the food that you eat. I remember being so hungry all the time and feeling like, God, I just want to lose weight. I shouldn't eat, but I couldn't help it. And it's just because my body wasn't assimilating anything from the foods I was eating. And so I just kept being hungry, kept trying to get more food in my system because my cells were starving, even though I was eating. My digestion was shut off because I was stuck. My nervous system was locked on. And when your nervous system is in this state, it sends a massive signal of not safe to the whole body. And when your body does not feel safe, it is not going to try to have a baby, which means your hormones are going to be way off whack. And it does not want to lose weight because fat is protective. And so if it feels threatened and not safe, you are not going to let go of the weight that it feels protective with. And here's the thing, most of us, we don't even realize that we're stuck in this chronic state of fight or flight anymore because it feels normal. We're like, I can't tell you how many people I've worked with that are like this, and they're like, no, I'm fine, I'm not stressed out. I'm like, dude, I can feel it. We're just so used to being overwhelmed, anxious, depressed. These feelings, these emotions are just so common now, they're accepted as normal. And we feel like it's normal. We don't even remember what it feels like to truly be relaxed, to be in the present moment. We're constantly regretting the past, living in the past, or worrying about the future, things that haven't even happened yet. And I'll tell you, the two biggest things that keep your nervous system locked on, that keep you chronically stressed, your mindset and blood sugar regulation. Guys, your mindset is just the story that you're telling yourself. Words matter. How you talk to yourself. Do you realize what you say to yourself on a daily basis? These thoughts, these words, these patterns, they become habit. Every time we pass by a mirror, what's your thought? When you wake up in the morning and you're exhausted, what's your thought? When things don't go your way or something again fails, what's your thought? Gossip, complaining, negative self-talk, these things send a massive, not safe signal to your nervous system. And they keep you locked in this stress response. Just thoughts alone. And when you're chronically stuck in the stress response, which again can happen just by your thoughts alone, your body is in a catabolic state, which means it's breaking down. It is not rebuilding, it is not healing, and it is not losing weight. I don't care what you do with your diet and exercise. When we're stuck in this chronic state of locked on, fight or flight, we can't regulate, we can't get into rest and digest, we just keep staying stuck. You're going to notice symptoms of anxiety, autoimmune conditions, burnout, chronic fatigue, chronic pain in the body, insomnia, hair loss, IBS, digestive issues, food sensitivities. If all of a sudden you're like, man, I'm just getting gassy and bloated every time I eat foods, it seems like. This is a sign of a dysregulated nervous system. And there's so many more symptoms that come along with this. And again, your thoughts alone, the words that you use, how you speak to yourself, unprocessed emotions, unresolved traumas, negative self-talk, these things are some of the biggest things that keep your body stuck, unable, constantly triggered, unable to get into a rest and digest, relaxed, parasympathetic state. And they are habits, and they are happening in the unconscious mind. You're likely not even aware of it. When we can learn to make the unconscious conscious awareness, that's when you can finally start to heal from these things. We bring them to the forefront so we can resolve them, process them properly. And again, when we're stuck in this chronic state of on fight or flight, state of stress, unsafe, healing doesn't happen. Your symptoms just get worse and worse and worse, and weight loss for sure doesn't happen. Aside from mindset, blood sugar dysregulation is another massive stress to your system. It furthers the not safe signal that your nervous system's sending your body, your mind is sending your body. And here's the kicker. When we're stressed, we tend to crave carbs because carbs blunt the stress response in the moment. So we crave sugar, we crave carbs, but that just furthers the dysregulation of blood sugar. When cortisol's spiking and insulin is high, you are in fat storage mode. You've lost the ability to burn your stored body fat. And just thought alone can keep cortisol spiked and insulin high. Just by thought alone, just by the words that you're using. Guys, for years, I desperately wanted to find like the one thing that would fix me. What was the root cause? Like what was broken in my body? I've learned it's not one thing. It's all of the things. It's not one thing that got you to where you are. It's not going to be one thing that gets you out. And that's so important to know because it takes the pressure off of searching and finding for what's going to fix you. Because that's just another stress. You need a balance. Yes, you need to work on diet. Yes, we need to work on exercise, recovery. We need to do a lot of nervous system healing. Get you to have a more flexible nervous system that can bounce between both sides. Your mindset, shift the way you talk to yourself, your language, your mind-body connection. It's all of these things. And I know this can feel overwhelming. Like, where do I start? There's so much, you've just talked about so many different things. I'm so overwhelmed already. I can't even think about one more thing. This is exactly why I created Keep the Commitment, the coaching program that I'm launching May 15th. I wish I had this roadmap back in the beginning of my journey. It took me 10 years of struggling and failing and spending thousands of dollars to get to where I am. But now I get to share that with you. The course helps you build belief and trust in yourself again, because the number one reason you're not following through is because you don't believe that yourself anymore. You've tried so many times to change your habits and do these things and not follow them through that now you just have absolutely no self-trust. And so when you say you're going to try again, you don't really believe it. And if you don't believe it, you're not going to stick with it and follow through, period. I teach you how to process emotions. I teach you how to speak more kindly to yourself. And we go over why this is so important. Having compassion, grace for yourself. How to heal past traumas. How do we resolve these things? Time doesn't exist to the emotional body. Our emotional body experiences these things today just like it happened in the moment, unless we do the work to resolve and process it. And I teach you how to shift your identity. So this is the missing piece in health and fitness right now. We're so focused on changing our habits, change your nutrition, change your exercise. Like, why can't you just go to the gym? Your identity, how you see yourself, dictates your behaviors. You're not following through because you've got a belief or a story that you're lazy, that nothing ever works for me, that I never follow through. And when that's the underlying story, you will not stick with something long term. We keep waiting, thinking that if we just made it to the gym and lost weight, and then we would be happy, and then we'll be someone better. Then we'll change. Then we'll see ourselves differently. It doesn't work that way. You have to start with the identity. You've got to start with believing you are somebody else, believing that you are the type of person that goes to the gym. That dictates your actions and your behaviors and your habits. And following through on your habits becomes so much easier when you shift the identity first. I teach you how to do that. I don't know these thumb things. Like, when I do this, it doesn't come, and I don't know what it does that triggers it. It's so funny. The most important, the best part of this coaching program, in my opinion, is the 2 one-on-one sessions that you get. This is where we go back and we look for the stories that are specifically keeping you stuck wherever you're the most stuck in life today, there's a story, there's an origin story somewhere in your past, either in childhood or young adulthood, that created this limiting belief of I'm not good enough. That created this limiting belief of nothing ever works for me. And until you do the work around those, to resolve those, to process those, to reduce the negative emotions surrounding those, they will keep you stuck today. Those one-on-one sessions are the most powerful thing I can give you. One 90-minute session is what allowed my nervous system to finally, I felt it, to finally be able to get into a calm state. I had been stuck in a state of shock, panic, overwhelm, until I did this work to heal some traumas that I had. They were constantly triggering my nervous system 10 years later, over 10 years later. Keeping my digestion shut off, keeping my hormones shut off. No matter how many supplements, I took bioidentical hormones. I mean, when I tell you I did it all, I did it all. We have to work on the mind-body connection, the emotional body, the spiritual body. In addition, guys, I have 10 spots for this program because I have to keep it small in order to give you the attention that you need and deserve. And I really want one of these to be for you. If you're feeling like you're stuck, frustrated, overwhelmed, you've tried everything with your body, you've got chronic symptoms you can't seem to heal from, you're just not happy with where you are, let's chat. If you've tried it all with nutrition and exercise and you've taken all the supplements and you've spent so much money doing that stuff and it's not working, let's chat. Comment KTC below. I'll reach out to you, or just shoot me a DM. Just a conversation. What makes my 10-year journey of misery so worth it today is that I get to take everything that I learned and shorten your journey. I get to teach you in a simple step. It's like a roadmap. So I step-by-step layout. This is what we're going to do first. Then we're going to do this. Then we're going to come here. I wish I had this at the beginning of my journey. I was all over the place and I finally found my way here. But again, it took me 10 years and I don't want it to take you 10 years. And what makes that part of my life worth it is that I now get to share that with you. There's a reason I am so passionate about this program. There's truly, I've not found anything that's like this in the health and fitness space. Everything focuses on changing your habits and talks about mindset, but does it actually help you shift your mindset? How do we really get over these stories? How do we process emotions? When I was in the thick of my journey, I had SIBO, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. One of the most deflating things about that journey was every doctor, forum, podcast, everything I read about it was telling you basically the reoccurrence rate is very high. It always comes back. So I'm going into every healing protocol already not believing it's going to work because it always comes back. I'll tell you what, when I processed the traumas that were keeping my nervous system locked on, it didn't come back. When I truly believed I could heal from it and that it didn't have to come back the way everyone else said it did, I healed from it. It makes me angry now when I hear that, because when we tell people things like that, they automatically lose hope. And so even though they're trying, even though they're spending the money, the belief is that it's not going to work, it's just going to come back, and we get what we focus on and it comes back. Healing is possible. Weight loss is possible. Even in menopause, our body's not broken. Just because our hormones are shifting, it doesn't mean you can't lose weight or heal your body. In the nutrition section of the program, I talk a lot about metabolism, what you're likely doing that's keeping your metabolism stuck, and how you can heal your metabolism. I don't want to say rev it up or speed it up, but how you can heal it. If you have a cycle, I'm going to teach you how to eat to help your hormones. If you're going through menopause, I'm going to give you a framework for how to eat for that as well. So again, guys, mindset, processing emotions, the way we talk to ourselves, healing our nervous system, these are the things that are missing from gyms, that are missing from health and fitness right now. And these are the things, these are the reasons why none of the programs are working, why everything that you've done hasn't succeeded long term. If you're curious and you want to hear more, either comment KTC below, keep the commitment, or send me a DM. Let's chat, just a conversation. I truly want to help. I'll show you, I have 10 spots up here. 10 names, 10 lovely ladies whose lives are going to change starting May 15th. If you want to be one of those names, reach out, let's chat. Much love.